Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Unfortunately, it is not a good evening in Ukraine. Um, the whole western half of Ukraine went under air alert 1 hour, 5 minutes ago, but areas like Sumy have been under air alert for nearly 9 hours. Chernihiv, 7.5. Kharkiv, 9.5 hours. Zaporizhia, 9 hours. So, yeah, it has not been a fun night in Ukraine. My thoughts and prayers go out to everybody there. And I have been chatting with my friends in Kiev and Poltava, among other places. The current situation right now is there is 3 or 4 Kinzhal missiles in Ukraine. The last report, that's about the Shaheeds. 4 Shaheeds fly back to the Deer. 6 more carcasses are going to the Caspian Sea. Be another 32 minutes to an hour. So yeah, about a half hour ago, it was 2 caliber missiles in near Ternopil heading towards Lviv, 1 caliber in Ivano-Frankish, and Kiev with a Shaheed towards Vasilivka. Monitor 20 minutes ago had 1 UAV in Venezia, 4 in Kiev, 3 in Cherkasky, 4 in Chernihiv, 7, 8, 9, 10 Shaheeds in Poltava Oblast, 1 in Sumy, 1 in Kivnograd, and 2 in Kharkiv. You get to make an airport run, or you have to make an airport run. Yeah, between the debate, the silly stuff going on with the Senate in Nick's stream, and I can't do American crap anymore. It's half of America has their heads shoved so far up their wazoo they don't know what whether it's daylight or not. But of course, talking about the nationwide air alert in Warriors Ukrainian Telegram channel. And of course, Dennis. We'll get into all this, but for now, let's go to the news from ZCU. And I still got a few minutes left on my print. So it's not okay. What's not okay? I'm sorry. The delay sometimes I forget. You have to think of me as like a dog. Ooh, squirrel. Unfortunately, not Sherlock Holmes. They are not. I go back to my other account, and so 1, 5, 8, 12, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 shaheeds known to be over Ukraine at this moment, all across Ukraine. Kinzhal missiles in the west. Yeah, it's a scary situation. Can only hope for good results from air defense. Air forces of the Armed Forces of Ukraine struck military facilities in Kherson and Kursk regions. On March 5th, the Air Force of the Armed Forces of Ukraine launched high-precision strikes on the command post of the 7th Tank Regiment of the 70th Motorized Rifle Brigade of the Russian Federation in the city of Oleshki, which is in the temporary occupied territory in Kherson, as well as on the stronghold of the 2nd Company of 177th Separate Marine Regiment of Russian Federation in the village of Flekova in Kursk region of Russia. These strikes are a continuation of a series of fire strikes aimed at reducing the military potential of the Russian forces on the path to liberating the temporarily occupied territory of Ukraine. The Air Force of Ukraine is always ready to carry out high-precision strikes to reduce the capabilities of the armed forces of the Russian Federation to wage an aggressive war against the Ukrainian people. They end with, of course, Slava Ukraina. And to that I say, Heroam Slava. It's kind of funny. You can see the Google Translate and the Ukrainian's translation. So what follows will be, and the Ukrainians are actually saying onwards. It's kind of funny, some of the nuances of the translations just aren't always quite there with the Google Translate. And I was hoping that would kill a little more time because I'm at 99% of my print, and I kind of want to show that off to you before going into the operational information. But let's just do the beginning of that and see where we're at with the print. Also, I want to shut this thing off. The noise has been, I swear I'm gonna have nightmares hearing that noise. Oh, I should be on live chat instead of top chat. So operational information as of 8 a.m. March 6th, 2025 regarding the Russian invasion. As always, they start the report with Slava Ukraina. The 1,107th day of the large-scale armed aggression of the Russian Federation against Ukraine has begun. In total, 109 combat clashes were recorded over the past day. Yesterday, the enemy struck with 3 missile strikes using 4 missiles on Ukrainian units and settlements, as well as 85 airstrikes, dropping 121 guided aerial bombs. In addition, it carried out more than 4,000 artillery strikes, with 144 of them being from multiple launch rocket systems, MLRSs. Russia also used 2,547 kamikaze drones for destruction. And we will come back to that shortly, because I hear it has ended. the buzzing off. 5 hours and 13 minutes. Go to OBS. Get back here. Go to full cam. And that is 5 hours and 13 minutes of printing. Come on. So, give you, an idea of the size. The reason I'm printing those off, let's go back to the scene. YubTub. Me posts. So there's a nice picture with the trident I just printed in silver. Of course, getting them in all black. So yes, these are the black ones, and there's like little strings I need to clean up and stuff like that. But so these are a few of the items I am printing and crafting because, well, running the ribbon through like the little crosses to help raise funds for Ukraine. Money raised from this goes into a fund that helps displaced families in Ukraine and other urgent needs in Ukraine. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Yeah, you can't say certain reasons. Otherwise, fundraisers shut you down. Fundraising sites shut you down. So, to help displaced families. I'm working on a way to bring this beyond my friends and family and bring it to you folks. Please bear with me as I do so and watch for messages in the future. Without formally announcing this, just hinting at it, I've already had 3 people ask for sets, hence why the printer has been printing for the last 5 hours. So I'm working on a Google form to collect information for mailing out the sets. So yeah, it's going to have obviously the little picture of Russian warship stamp that Ukraine produced. 2 of the little pin-on tridents. 1 of the larger printouts that I just completed. And, of course, the 2 crosses. Like I said, I'm still figuring it out and I'm working on it. Thanks, Nikki Hill, Siri Mar, and Storm Songs. Yes, Storm, I will shortly. I promise. Actually, I'll say it now. I'm going to give a recommended donation of the set of $100. If you want to give more, that's great. I appreciate it. And I'll talk more about this when we come back from operational information. Oh, we were at the kamikaze drones, 2,547 of those. The airstrikes Russia carried out were near the settlements of Kolodazny, Goptivka in Kharkiv, Zeleny Pol, Pokrovsk, Kushiny, Olazivka, Dokuzhashivsky. Ooh, that's a rough one. Orokova, Berostok, Novopoltavka, Mirolubivka, Oredny, Vasily, Shevchenko, Novopil, Kramatorsk, Konstantinivka, and Toretsk in Donetsk region, Guliapol, Zaleznichny, Pletihachki in Zaporizhia. Over the past day, aviation, missile troops, and artillery of Ukrainian Defense Forces struck 16 areas of concentration of personnel and equipment, a control point, as well as an electronic warfare station of the Russian invaders. Going into the individual directions. Yeah, it's working good, Nikki. In the Kharkiv direction, our troops repelled 6 enemy attacks in the area of Voschansk and towards Petro-Ivanovka. Going over to the deep state map, zooming into Kharkiv, Voschansk, and Petro-Ivanovka is right here. So some of the attacks are in this general area, probably where the arrow is. Again, Russia has been able to cross over the Oskil River in this area and is attacking into Kharkiv Oblast. In the Kupiansk direction, 3 attacks by the invaders took place over the last day. The defense forces repelled enemy assault actions near the settlements of Olubivka and Zarazova. Golubivka is right there, and of course Zarazova is right down here. Those are the attacks in the Kupiansk area, but I do want to point out this blue area here. Ukrainian forces have been able to push back Russia from this area in the last day or so. Continuing in the Liman direction, the enemy attacked 10 times and tried to advance near Novomyklaivka and Novi. Really concentrating their efforts. Liman area, zooming in. Novomyklaivka is here, and Novi is here. So Russia pushing their assaults in these 2 areas. Skipping the Servisk area and going down to Kramatorsk, where 9 clashes were recorded in the areas of Chasiv Yar, Alexandro Sutilny, and Pretechny. Coming south from Liman, skipping Servisk and going to Kramatorsk, come to Chasiv Yar, Pretechny, and Alexandro Sutilny. Moving directly from there from Chasiv Yar to Toretsk. In the Toretsk direction, the enemy carried out 21 assaults near Toretsk, Dashny, Krimsky, and Divlivka. Again, all fairly concentrated assault actions. Of course, Toretsk, Krimsky, Dashny, and Divlivka. Russians are really trying to fight hard. There are other reports that the Russians have been pushed back to about, well, let me draw this on here, to about this point. Clearing operations are continuing in the private residential areas. I have not seen any video of actions in the high-rise apartment area here, but there's other mapping sources out there that have the Russian line projected about at that point. Let's take a minute to mention that, mapping sites are never accurate to the minute. The situation changes from, well, I was going to say day to day, but hour to hour. In the case of Toretsk, it could change in 5 minutes. So please do not, if you go to Ukraine or are in an aggressive situation like that's happening in Ukraine ever, don't trust the maps, trust your eyes, trust your ears, know what's going on, and play it safe. Moving over from Toretsk to the cross direction, where our defenders stopped 18 offensive actions of the Russian Federation in the areas of Elizavetivka, Promin, Pishkiani, Koltini, Koltinyarka, Sergeyivka, Bodanivka, and Andrivka. Some of these we're not going to be able to see because they're not on the map. Elizavetivka, not mentioned. Pishkiani, Koltini, Udachny, Upensivka, and right in through here, and in this area, there are small settlements that they mentioned. One of those, yeah, you can't even read it. Let me go to this one, Bodanivka. And in this area, there is smaller settlements that they don't list the name of. That being Sergeyivka and Koltinyarka. But of course, Andrivka is right here. Moving over to the Novopavlivka direction, the defense forces repelled 8 attacks on the positions of our troops near Constantinople, Rozdolny, Skudiny, and Burlatsky. Sometimes I wish I was a beer. Hey there, Adam, Mertzi. Okay, of course, Konstantinivka, Rozdolny. Oh, I'm not sure which one they mean, this one or this one. I forgot to look at the ending closely. Skudiny and Burlatsky. Of course, Novopavlivka is the city they're using this sector for as a head of. I'm not sure why. In the Guliopol direction, the invaders carried out one attack in the direction of Volhyny Pol. Let's just do the Orchiv direction as well, where our defenders successfully repelled 4 enemy attacks in the directions of Kamiansky, Polakova, and Lubovki. Lubovu? I know that's not right, but I need to look up that pronunciation. Guliopol is here. Volhyny Pol is right there, not far from Berlatsky. Moving over to the Orchiv direction. Kamiansky, Pavlini, and Lubkovi. So I'm assuming that's the towns they were referring to. Yeah, I would assume so. They do not mention the Dniprovsky direction, so we can assume there is. Here we go. The enemy did not conduct active operations in the Sudovisk or Dniprovsky directions. In the operational zone in Kerch, units of the Defense Forces of Ukraine has repelled 27 attacks by the Russian invaders over the past day. In addition, the enemy launched 35 airstrikes using 46 guided aerial bombs. Russia also carried out 380 artillery strikes on the positions of our troops and settlements in the area. 10 of those strikes were from multiple launch rocket systems. No signs of enemy offensive formations were detected in the Volyn or Polizia directions. Our soldiers continue to inflict significant losses on the occupation forces in manpower and equipment and actively undermine the enemy's offensive potential in the rear. Excuse me. Goes into the losses for the Russians for today. We'll do that with the graphic. Join the defense forces Razom de Peremozhemo, or Razom Peremozhemo, Slava Ukraina, and of course, Heroam Slava. Adam says thanks for helping Renegade Chungus. I'm just glad there's more people out there streaming. The more people out there streaming, the more the word gets out, the more people question what mainstream media spews. If you're watching Mercado today, literally people just regurgitating Russian propaganda over and over and over, even though they have somebody that was there telling them that's not what happened. We were at a protest. We had a legal protest. There were people from Parliament coming and speaking to the protesters on stage. Yes, there was a stage. Even though someone that was there, Ukrainian Anna, telling him what happened, how it happened, the timeline that happened, sitting there denying it, saying, no, that's not true. And regurgitating that to, I don't know how many followers that moron had, but he seriously needs to wash his flag because it's turning brown from all the shit he talks. Well, don't look at me, Grunge. I'm not the dad. How far along are you? No, I gotta wait for that one to see the response there. Yeah, that just hurt my brain, really. But it was typical BS tactics. Just say lie after lie after lie, and hopefully they forget what you said by the time they're done with their 20th point. And that's all they can do is talk, because the more bullshit they spew, the more likely you are to counteract them on something else. And if you don't counteract them on that, then you're agreeing to it, and therefore it's true. And it's like, oh man, I just wanted to reach through and smack them. Before I forget, go to Discord and get the. Come on. Okay, Discord changed their thing, and I had to figure out how to bring it to the browser. Total combat losses of the enemy as of March 6th, 1107th day of the full-scale invasion. Today, Russia lost 1,140 personnel, bringing the total to 881,800 casualties. They also lost an additional 5 tanks, 7 armored personnel vehicles, 21 artillery systems, 2 anti-aircraft warfare systems, 80 UAVs, 94 vehicles. At this rate, we're 4 days away from 40,000 vehicles that Russia has lost. Think about that. 40,000 vehicles. She always does. She is a great at calling people on their bullshit. But you can only do it when someone just tries to bully their way over top and talk over you. Yeah, I was watching Funker as well. Yeah, he's glassing over the fact that I think I even asked him in chat, who invaded who? It got deleted, and I think I'm banned from chat for a day in Funker, so oops. That was the Russian losses for today. Yeah, it's really interesting, Mertzi. But again, I wanted to go back, and before we go to, well, Zelensky didn't put out a speech today, but I wanted to talk about housing in Ukraine, for one. About 6 months into this war, I realized I wanted to have at least a vacation home. Go to Ukraine, visit, hang out, at the very least. When I first started looking, I was finding houses for $400, $500, $600. They weren't in the best of shape. Sale of houses. Oh, because I forgot a zero. Um, so I bought a house right near the beach down in Odessa, and I think it was like $1,000 or something like that. It wasn't a very nice looking house. It needed some work. Um, at the time, I was talking to a gentleman in the 56th Brigade. Um, Helped him buy a vehicle for his unit from Poland. His wife had to go get it and came back. And they ended up having to leave their home. It was like, the house I bought had a summer kitchen and a regular house, as well as a barn and all this other stuff with the house. I was like, you know what? I just got my place fixed up. You can go stay in it while you look for a place of your own, figure out what you need to do. And if I come and visit before you guys find it, I'll just stay in the summer house. Um, about 5 months later, they go, the kids really like being here. I really like the place. Can we buy it from you? And that is how my work, I shouldn't even say my work, it was really my coordination and my money, but it really wasn't. But that's how it all started for me. That house was something like this. About $600. But you see the state of this house. My house was in a lot better shape. Like it needed a couple floorboards replaced. It wasn't like the floor was completely removed. But I continued doing that, and I started a group in Ukraine called Give Again, and basically I used the money that the people that bought my first house near Odessa to buy 2 other houses, get them fixed up, and started providing a way for displaced families to own their house instead of rent it. Unfortunately, well, it went well for a while, but I kind of wanted to go through here and show you what so yeah, 1,000 hryvnia for to rent this place. That's the kind of stuff that what has always been out there. So yeah, like 200. I mean, there is places out there like $250 for a place like this, but it's not really somewhere you can live. It's just like a little place. It's a summer kitchen. Little one room, studio thing with a plot of for a garden. It's not something you really put a family in. Um, a little over $300. And deals like this have always been around for this price. I shouldn't say, but you could see like the roof has a leak in this, so this roof needs to be replaced. Um, and the electrical needs to be done. Obviously, the yard needs cleaning up. The fence is all messed up. So, to get houses in this price range, the repair costs have been going up. Um, so yeah, here's a pretty decent place that could be used for a family, but it's not even finished. Like no window. I bet bare bones raw floor inside. So yeah, it's $500, but you're gonna spend another 2,000, 3,000 bucks just to finish it. Um so yeah, anyways, I've been taking some of my own money and buying these houses to get fixed up and paying for some of the repairs, and my aunt has helped out. My aunt and uncle have helped out a lot. My cousins have donated. I've had two businesses sponsor houses. Um, it's been a great thing. Um, there you go. If you want a foundation for a house, $100, you can build your own house off of it. But yeah, it's been fun. Um, it was a great learning experience. It was really cool getting to know people through this. Um, but I never really talked about it much because, well, it's just you didn't brag about it. You don't. I was trying to do something good for good sake, not to get noticed. But unfortunately, as you can see with the prices and the repairs that are needed on some of these places, I mean, I'm in a position now where me, my friends, and my family can't really support this going on. Um, so this is one area where I'm thinking these donations will go is into purchasing these places, getting them fixed up, and getting families moved into them. It's just the repairs are, at one point I was doing, um, had four houses going at one time, but now like the money that comes back from those houses isn't enough to get the next house going. At one point, like each house was covering the next house, and then it was, oh, two houses had to cover the next house. Well, unfortunately, I'm in the position now where even if all the houses were settled that I have going right now, I would maybe be able to get one more house going. and that would be the end of it. I don't want it to end. So that's why I came up with this. Um, it's been in the back of my mind for about 2-3 months now. Um, I've been, the lady that was helping me in Ukraine, she got a full-time job and has a pay job now. So I've lost her help, and it's like, the costs just keep going up, and I I I can't do it on my own anymore. So here I am asking you guys to help me out. Um, well, what I was thinking, let me see if I saved this. Come on. There. Okay, it's just slowed open. No, 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 no. That's. What I was originally thinking was if you wanted to donate $10, just get those 30 for those, 20 for that, 50 for this. And of course, um, yes, it's all 3D printed. You could probably do it on your own for a lot cheaper, but I'm doing this for help getting families a home. Of course, this else adds up to like $110. If you wanted everything here, uh, $100. The PayPal is a Ukrainian PayPal account. Unfortunately, I cannot, because of PayPal, I can't do a link for it, but it is in the description. When you put the oh, here, let me put that in chat. Oh, so that is actually my business's email in Ukraine. Excuse me. I have control over that account. It doesn't go to a third party. It goes right to my business account in Ukraine to pay for repairs or buying in the next house. Um, so that's the whole idea behind it. I hope you guys get what I'm trying to say. I don't know if I'm coming across very clear. Um, the second part of that is, oh, let me open this off screen. Um, so this is what I wrote up so far. Um, for the people that do want to donate, um, Uh, you just something that I could link up the PayPal donations with a name and an address. Um, what do you guys think? What else should I put on this? Um, well, I think that should be enough. So go ahead and publish. Anyone with the link. Um, publish. Got it. Copy responder link. So I think that's good enough. And what I did not see: missiles from Kirnograd, more missiles in Cherkasky, more missiles in Poltava, more in Sumy, and more in Chernihiv. But what I wanted to do is go in and you guys tell me if that is is showing up as a link in the description below. Or I could just, go to YouTube. Me live below. Yep. Okay. Or I could just, go to YouTube. No, I do not. I was trying to get a .ua website when I was in Ukraine, but I needed a trademark in Ukraine to be able to get the .ua website. I wasn't able to get that situated before I had to leave. Where can you find the one with the prices? Well, let me just do this. Wait, no, I want to keep that there. YouTube. Let's do create a post. So the give again. Excuse me for a second. I gotta Thanks, Andrew. Um, so yeah, that's, oh, that should be a capital. Yeah, my brain's doing weird stuff. Um, yeah, you guys have to forgive me. I'm new to this fundraising thing. It's not an easy thing for me. And of course, this cold does not want to let go. Um, with all that, let's go and see what the updates are from so two missiles on Kamiansky, Dnipro region. One rocket towards Kivri. Two Kinzels in Dnipro. Kamiansky, missile danger. One group of missiles through Ostrisky district with a vector towards Hadyachi. Kivri. Vaporwave. Okay, that's an interesting town name. Two groups of missiles via Kamiansky with the vector towards Kolobyaka, Novosanreri. Three groups past Kivri to Bastansky district of Mykolaiv. And one group in Poltava. See is all these updates. Cherkasky through the city. Sumy region along the border of Poltava. Five groups on Hadyachi, Zinkiv in Poltava. Three groups, Hadyachi through Poltava region. Three groups of rockets from Kropyatinsky to the west through Novoukrayinska district. Most of the missiles are heading past Mirnograd and Hadachi towards Priluk district of Chernihiv. Three groups from Kivnograd region to Mykolaiv region. And the last update, about 4 minutes ago, three groups from Mykolaiv to Vinnytsia. Two groups from Kiev, also in the direction of Vinnytsia. And you can visually see where the missiles are right now. Looks like they're going for the western side of Ukraine, probably towards energy infrastructure in the west. Yeah, and Adam says, from everything I see from Americans, it's going to get ugly. Yeah, unfortunately, I believe you're correct. I would still rather be in Ukraine than here. Yeah, don't remind me that fucker nut got elected on my birthday. Yeah, thank you for the fucking birthday present, world. Um, yeah, it was a literal translation, so yeah, you could be right there, not Sherlock Holmes. Um, so yeah, the entire map has been under air alert for 2 hours and 7 minutes. Um, the darkness of the red is a longer air raid alert. You go to like Sumi, and they've been under air alert for 9 hours and 45 minutes. Chernihiv, 8 hours 33. Kharkiv, 10 hours 30 minutes. Donetsk, almost 9 hours. Explosion reported in Slovansk almost 8 hours ago now. 8 hours 8 minutes for Nikopol City. The entire region has been on air alert for 10 hours and 3 minutes. You go down here to like Zakarpattia, 2 hours 8 minutes. Lviv, 2 hours 8 minutes. Volyn, Ravine, Klemensky, Ternopil, Ivano-Frankish. So, like this, the whole western half has been almost 2 hours. I think Zhotomyr's 4 hours 37 minutes. But yeah, it's not a scary, or it is a scary thing. When I was in Kiev, and therefore the ballistic missile strike on Kiev, literally heard the explosion from the air defenses, and then the air alarm went off. When the missiles get there before the air alert does, it's scary. Um, you know, my state is 1 million people, give or take, and I think only 30 to 40,000 people voted. Um, your vote matters. Yeah, your vote matters, because I think it was a difference of 6,000 people that would have changed South Dakota's electoral vote. Um, Germany updated its list with aid supplied to Ukraine, 56 MRAPs, ammo for the Leopard, 282,000 anti-aircraft Gepard ammo, Iris-T missiles, 4 howitzers, 50,000 155 millimeter shells, 2,000 122 millimeter, more artillery shells, and 300 strike drones, much more. So, good to see Germany stepping up. About 20 missiles are over Ukraine at the moment. Enemy MiG-31 takeoffs are recorded. Dangers of Kinzel launches remain in shelters. Yeah, they're all starting to come together in Venetia. I don't know, KKG. It's messed up. I know I was a losing vote in my state because, well, but a lot of votes are going to change next November. For one, my state's a farming state. Here in South Dakota, a lot of farmers. Putting tariffs on Canadian goods. Well, one of the Canadian goods is potash, which, we need potassium for your crops. Guess what? You're paying a 25% premium now on your farm goods. That means higher corn prices, higher beef prices, and who fronts the bill? The farmers. Oh, I sent emails out to Mike Rounds, Dusty Johnson, pretty much anybody that had an email that was I could vote for. I sent him an email saying, until you guys get that clown out of the White House, I am no longer voting for anything from this party. And if that means I'm voting you out, that means I'm voting you out. I've had one reply. Um, None of these are the site I was hoping for. There we go. That's some. Um, um, so yeah, North Dakota, 365,000 people voted. Um, I guess we did have a better turnout. But still, less than half the people in my state voted. Um, Not that our votes really matter with how the Electoral College works, but that's more US stuff I don't want to really get into. And I'm sorry, but I hate colds. So missiles are all in Venetia or Klemensky regions. Zhenya, I hope you're safe, buddy. Anyways, enough of US crap. From Zelensky today. The rescue operation in Kyiv at the site of the Russian missile strike lasted all night. Ballistics, according to regular hotel guests. Just before the strike, volunteers from one of the humanitarian organizations had just checked into the hotel. Citizens of Ukraine, the United States, and Britain, they survived because they managed to get out of their rooms. But unfortunately, 4 people were killed in this strike. Condolences to the families and friends of the victims. In total, more than 30 people were injured. They all received necessary assistance. Many civilian facilities around the hotel were damaged by the strike. Rescuers are still working at the scene. And that was 9:30 in Ukraine. 9:30 in the morning. Of course, Zelensky.
Welcome. Thank you so much.
If I had my way, Zelensky would never have to say thank you again. Oh, I did not play the video for this one. Hey Nick, I hope you had a good rest of your stream. I just couldn't do any more. My head was hurting. I didn't want to hear any more Trump shit. And here I am talking about it. So let's figure that one out. Slowly sinking in my chair because the height adjustment won't stay.
Then they all come.
Funny. Hello, Minister. Hi, good to see you. The new Prime Minister of Belgium.
Yeah, the hardest working president in the world. Oh, I was there with the wobble donation. Or are you talking about something else, Nick? As you can see, Zelensky has been a busy man meeting with pretty much every leader in the EU today, including Macron.
Thank you very much. Thank you for receipt. Yeah.
So unfortunately, we do not get to have a speech from Zelensky today, but
This is historical moment.
The way you search for
uh LJ, I can honestly say I have not, but that's probably because I don't watch mainstream media. Not US mainstream media anyways. I go to either Ukrainian media or European media to get my news because even before all this, European news about the US was more accurate than American news about the US. So, give you guys a preview of some of the stuff to come. As I scroll back to the beginning of the day with the drone update for last night. Before we do that, let's check in. All the missiles are in Kremenski, heading into Ternopil right now. So this should be an interesting post tomorrow. But last night, Russia used 112 UAVs. 68 of them were shot down. 43 did not reach their location. And 2 ballistic missiles were used. Neither one were shot down, unfortunately. As the result of the attack, Kharkiv, Sumy, Odessa, and Dnipropetrovsk regions suffered damage. All they say is this is magic. And yeah, it made me smile. Device, even with the butt of a rifle. Maybe like a 10-foot pole, but not where I'm going to be in the blast radius. Achilles shares a video showing their continued to perform combat missions in 2 directions in Kharkiv. As a result, infantry fighting vehicle, a tank, an ammunition depot, and an enemy vehicle were destroyed. A gun and a tracked mine layer were damaged. Here is their video.
You are watching a master at work.
Geez, I like how you guys are going to do that for Nick, but not me. Of course, the free square on mine would have to be your mic's muted.
They have been expelled from our Silver Ninja Empire. What have they done, Master?
As the one who controls the mods, the only thing Nick is allowed to do in chat basically is to delete messages. So he hasn't deleted any that I see, so I don't see abuse of power. And well, I kind of like having other streamers in blue so I can catch that they're in here. Anyway, that was the Achilles video. Since the beginning of the year alone, the Russian army losses in manpower have amounted to 91,000 people. We're not even 91 days into the war this year. Yeah, you know what I mean. Listen to what I mean, not what I say. Oh, you're good, Grunge. I know you. Hey there, Golby. Well, that was an update on the Russian losses in video form. Getting some videos out of Pokrovsk from the artillery unit called Chervona Katalina. Sorry, Kalina. Here is their video. Oh, and it didn't download before, so now I have to download it. Just a reminder for two things. I work on tractors, and so does LJ. We have the biggest wrenches, trust me. One of my tractors has a 3-inch nut that you need a special wrench for. Yeah. No, there is the video from the artillery unit in Pokrovsk area. Oh, I didn't do any of this tonight. The group returned alive shows the destruction of the enemy radar unit Kasta, worth about 60 million. So we get to see 60 million Russian money go up in smoke. Here's the video. Well, there is the Russian radar unit getting blown up. Video from Chasiv Yar. Morning safari in Chasiv Yar. Minus 16 units of Russian equipment. Here is the video. Blonde, you told me to watch chat. I'm watching chat, and all I can say is tuna can. Uh, 225th shares some video from Kursk. Here's the video. Rage Against the Machine. And for all those of you that need a pick-me-up after today's events, here is a wonderful Ukrainian cartoon for you with English subtitles.
Дорогие россияне, мы ведем борьбу не против Украины, ведь она всего лишь марионетка, а против всего Запада и США. И мы не позволим россияне.
Pause. I'm going to play this at 80%. I know it's hard to keep up. But here's Ukrainian cartoon for you.
Мы ведем борьбу не против Украины, ведь она всего лишь марионетка, а против всего Запада и США. И мы не позволим отнять наши ресурсы, разрушить наши духовные скрепы и поставить Россию на колени. Путин! Путин президент мира! Ура! Ох, не пустим пиндосов проклятых разворовывать нашу землюшку русскую. Всего одна наша ракета и... Пизда Вашингтону. Мой муж героически погиб, воюя с НАТО на Украине. И не позволил этим захватчикам поработить нашу землю. Дорогие россияне, Украина настолько слаба и ничтожна, что даже сырьевым придатком Америки ей не удалось стать. Но за помощь США в нашей великой победе над Украиной этим сырьевым придатком готовы стать мы.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just remember those videos of the guys walking around Moscow parading ICBM with the words on the side for Washington. That is who Trump admires, can't wait to visit with, and yeah. Oh God. What has our country become? A short little speech from Zelensky after his meetings in Europe today.
All our European leaders, first of all, and for such...
Let me restart after.
All our European leaders, first of all, and for such signal strong support. This comes on strong support from the very beginning of the war, and what's been during all this period and last week. You stay with us, and of course from all the Ukrainians, from all our nations, big appreciation. We are very thankful that we are not alone, and these are not just words, we feel it. It's very important. You made a strong signal to Ukrainian people, to Ukrainian warriors, to civilians, to all our families, and it's great that we are not alone. We feel it and we know it. Thank you so much for everything, and signals to increase our production, and signals to, with a new program, to increase the European security. That's, I think, the great decisions. Thank you again for the invitation.
Okay.
Well, Zelensky showing some gratitude after a rather productive meeting with the EU today. And just to reinforce that, I apologize in advance for the politics, but 13-minute address from Macron. I'll just play it. Oh. Sorry.
Françaises, Français, mes chers compatriotes, je m'adresse à vous ce soir en raison de la situation internationale et de ses conséquences pour notre pays et pour l'Europe.
Okay, this is another one I'm going to have to...
Plusieurs semaines d'action diplomatique. Vous êtes en effet...
So let me restart this. French citizens, my dear compatriots. Okay, maybe 80% is too slow. I'm speaking to you this evening because of the international situation and its consequences for our country and for Europe. After several weeks of diplomatic action,
Vous êtes en effet, je le sais, légitimement inquiet devant les événements
I know that you're legitimately concerned about these historic events underway, which are shaking. Okay,
qui a entraîné près d'1 million de morts et de blessés.
I'll just let you guys read it. I can't keep up with it.
Les États-Unis d'Amérique, notre allié, ont changé leur position sur cette guerre, soutiennent moins l'Ukraine et laissent planer le doute sur la suite. Dans le même temps, les mêmes États-Unis d'Amérique entendent imposer des tarifs douaniers aux produits venant d'Europe. Enfin, le monde continue d'être sans cesse plus brutal et la menace terroriste ne faiblit pas. Au total, notre prospérité et notre sécurité sont devenues plus incertaines et il faut bien le dire, nous rentrons dans une nouvelle ère. La guerre en Ukraine dure maintenant depuis plus de 3 ans. Nous avons, dès le premier jour, décidé de soutenir l'Ukraine et de sanctionner la Russie. Et nous avons bien fait, car c'est non seulement le peuple ukrainien qui lutte avec courage pour sa liberté, mais c'est aussi notre sécurité qui est menacée. En effet, si un pays peut envahir impunément son voisin en Europe, alors personne ne peut plus être sûr de rien, et c'est la loi du plus fort qui s'applique, et la paix ne peut plus être garantie sur notre continent même. L'histoire nous l'a enseigné. Au-delà de l'Ukraine, la menace russe est là et touche les pays d'Europe, nous touche. La Russie a déjà fait du conflit ukrainien un conflit mondial. Elle a mobilisé sur notre continent des soldats nord-coréens, des équipements iraniens, tout en aidant ces pays à s'armer davantage. La Russie du président Poutine viole nos frontières pour assassiner des opposants, manipule les élections en Roumanie, en Moldavie. Elle organise des attaques numériques contre nos hôpitaux pour en bloquer le fonctionnement. La Russie tente de manipuler nos opinions avec des mensonges diffusés sur les réseaux sociaux. Et au fond, elle teste nos limites. Elle le fait dans les airs, en mer, dans l'espace et derrière nos écrans. Cette agressivité ne semble pas connaître de frontières. Et la Russie, dans le même temps, continue de se réarmer, dépensant plus de 40% de son budget à cette fin. D'ici 2030, elle prévoit d'encore accroître son armée, d'avoir 300 000 soldats supplémentaires, 3 000 chars, 300 avions de chasse de plus. Qui peut donc croire, dans ce contexte, que la Russie d'aujourd'hui s'arrêtera à l'Ukraine? La Russie est devenue, au moment où je vous parle et pour les années à venir, une menace pour la France et pour l'Europe. Je le regrette très profondément. Et je suis convaincu qu'à long terme, la paix se fera sur notre continent avec une Russie redevenue apaisée et pacifique. Mais la situation que je vous décris est celle-là et nous devons faire avec. Alors face à ce monde de danger, rester spectateur serait une folie. Il s'agit, sans plus tarder, de prendre des décisions pour l'Ukraine, pour la sécurité des Français, pour la sécurité des Européens. Pour l'Ukraine d'abord. Toutes les initiatives qui aident à la paix vont dans le bon sens et je veux ce soir les saluer. Nous devons continuer d'aider les Ukrainiens à résister, jusqu'à ce qu'ils puissent négocier avec la Russie une paix solide pour eux-mêmes et pour nous tous. C'est pour cela que le chemin qui mène à la paix ne peut pas passer par l'abandon de l'Ukraine. Bien au contraire. La paix ne peut pas être conclue à n'importe quel prix. Et sous le diktat russe, la paix ne peut pas être la capitulation de l'Ukraine. Elle ne peut pas être son effondrement. Elle ne peut pas davantage se traduire par un cessez-le-feu qui serait trop fragile. Et pourquoi? Parce que là aussi, nous avons l'expérience du passé. Nous ne pouvons pas oublier que la Russie a commencé d'envahir l'Ukraine dès 2014 et que nous avons alors négocié un cessez-le-feu à Minsk. Et la même Russie n'a pas respecté ce cessez-le-feu. Et nous n'avons pas été capables de maintenir les équilibres faute de garanties solides. Aujourd'hui, on ne peut plus croire la Russie sur parole. L'Ukraine a droit à la paix et la sécurité pour elle-même Et c'est notre intérêt, et c'est l'intérêt de la sécurité du continent européen. C'est en ce sens que nous travaillons avec nos amis britanniques, allemands et plusieurs autres pays européens. C'est pourquoi vous m'avez vu ces dernières semaines rassembler plusieurs d'entre eux à Paris, aller les retrouver il y a quelques jours à Londres pour consolider les engagements qui sont nécessaires à l'Ukraine. Une fois la paix signée, pour que l'Ukraine ne soit pas à nouveau envahie par la Russie, il nous faut le préparer. Cela passera à coup sûr par un soutien à l'armée ukrainienne dans la durée. Cela passera aussi peut-être par le déploiement de forces européennes. Celles-ci n'iraient pas se battre aujourd'hui, elles n'iraient pas se battre sur la ligne de front, mais elles seraient là au contraire une fois la paix signée pour en garantir le plein respect. Dès la semaine prochaine, nous réunirons à Paris les chefs d'état-major des pays qui souhaitent prendre leurs responsabilités à cet égard. C'est ainsi un plan pour une paix solide, durable, vérifiable, que nous avons préparé avec les Ukrainiens et plusieurs autres partenaires européens, et que j'ai été défendre aux États-Unis il y a 15 jours et à travers l'Europe. Et je veux croire que les États-Unis resteront à nos côtés. Mais il nous faut être prêts si tel n'était pas le cas. Que la paix en Ukraine soit acquise rapidement ou non, les États européens doivent, compte tenu de la menace russe que je viens de vous décrire, être capables de mieux se défendre et de dissuader toute nouvelle agression. Oui, quoi qu'il advienne, il nous faut nous équiper davantage, hausser notre position de défense, et cela pour la paix même, pour dissuader. À ce titre, nous restons attachés à l'OTAN et à notre partenariat avec les États-Unis d'Amérique. Mais il nous faut faire plus, renforcer notre indépendance en matière de défense et de sécurité. L'avenir de l'Europe n'a pas à être tranché à Washington ou à Moscou. Et oui, la menace revient à l'Est. Et l'innocence, en quelque sorte, des 30 dernières années, depuis la chute du mur de Berlin, est désormais révolue. À Bruxelles demain, lors du Conseil extraordinaire qui réunira les 27 chefs d'État et de gouvernement avec la Commission et le président du Conseil, nous franchirons des pas décisifs. Plusieurs décisions seront prises que la France proposait depuis plusieurs années. Les États membres pourront accroître leurs dépenses militaires sans que cela soit pris en compte dans leur déficit. Des financements communs massifs seront décidés pour acheter et produire sur le sol européen des munitions, des chars, des armes, des équipements parmi les plus innovants.
Key note there, if you guys did not catch it. The European Union, regardless of your budget deficit, is allowing member states to increase their military spending. Doesn't matter if you're Greece and you're billions of dollars in debt. If you're increasing spending on your military, you're fine.
J'ai demandé au gouvernement d'être mobilisé pour que, d'une part, cela renforce nos armées le plus rapidement possible, et d'autre part, que cela accélère la réindustrialisation dans toutes nos régions. Et je réunirai, avec les ministres compétents, les industriels du secteur dans les prochains jours. L'Europe de la défense, que nous défendons depuis 8 ans, devient donc une réalité. Cela veut dire des pays européens davantage prêts à se défendre et à se protéger, qui produisent ensemble les équipements dont ils ont besoin sur leur sol, qui sont prêts à davantage coopérer, à réduire leur dépendance à l'égard du reste du monde. Et c'est une bonne chose. L'Allemagne, la Pologne, le Danemark, les États baltes et nombre de nos partenaires ont annoncé des efforts inédits en matière de dépenses militaires. Alors, dans ce temps de l'action qui s'ouvre enfin, la France a un statut particulier. Nous avons l'armée la plus efficace d'Europe. Et grâce au choix fait par nos aînés après la Deuxième Guerre mondiale, nous sommes dotés de capacités de dissuasion nucléaire. Ceci nous protège beaucoup plus que nombre de nos voisins. Et de plus, nous n'avons pas attendu l'invasion de l'Ukraine pour faire le constat d'un monde inquiétant. Et à travers les 2 lois de programmation militaire que j'ai décidées et que les parlements successifs ont votées, nous aurons doublé le budget de nos armées en presque 10 ans. Mais compte tenu de l'évolution des menaces, de cette accélération que je viens de décrire, nous aurons à faire de nouveaux choix budgétaires et des investissements supplémentaires qui sont désormais devenus indispensables. J'ai demandé au gouvernement d'y travailler le plus vite possible. Ce seront de nouveaux investissements qui exigent de mobiliser des financements privés, mais aussi des financements publics, sans que les impôts ne soient augmentés. Pour cela, il faudra des réformes, des choix, du courage. Notre dissuasion nucléaire nous protège. Elle est complète, souveraine, française de bout en bout. Elle a, depuis 1964, de manière explicite, toujours joué un rôle dans la préservation de la paix et de la sécurité en Europe. Mais répondant à l'appel historique du futur chancelier allemand, j'ai décidé d'ouvrir le débat stratégique sur la protection par notre dissuasion de nos alliés du continent européen. Quoi qu'il arrive, la décision a toujours été et restera entre les mains du président de la République, chef des armées. Maîtriser notre destin, devenir plus indépendant, nous devons y œuvrer au plan militaire, mais aussi au plan économique. Oui, l'indépendance économique, technologique, industrielle et financière sont des nécessités. Nous devons aussi nous préparer à ce que les États-Unis décident de tarifs douaniers sur les marchandises européennes, comme ils viennent de le confirmer à l'encontre du Canada et du Mexique. Cette décision incompréhensible, tant pour l'économie américaine que pour la nôtre, aura des conséquences sur certaines de nos filières. Elle accroît la difficulté du moment, mais elle ne restera pas sans réponse de notre part. Alors, tout en préparant la riposte avec nos collègues européens, nous continuerons, comme je l'ai fait voilà 15 jours, à tout tenter pour convaincre que cette décision nous ferait du mal à tous. Et j'espère, oui, convaincre et en dissuader le président des États-Unis d'Amérique. Au total, le moment exige des décisions sans précédent depuis bien des décennies. Sur notre agriculture, notre recherche, notre industrie, sur toutes nos politiques publiques, nous ne pouvons pas avoir les mêmes débats que naguère. C'est pourquoi j'ai demandé au Premier ministre et à son gouvernement, et j'invite toutes les forces politiques, économiques et syndicales du pays à leur côté, à faire des propositions à l'aune de ce nouveau contexte. Les solutions de demain ne pourront être les habitudes d'hier. Mes chers compatriotes, face à ces défis et ces changements irréversibles, il ne faut céder à aucun excès. Ni l'excès des va-t-en-guerre, ni l'excès des défaitistes. La France ne suivra qu'un cap, celui de la volonté pour la paix et la liberté, fidèle en cela à son histoire et à ses principes. Oui, c'est ce en quoi nous croyons pour notre sécurité, mais c'est ce en quoi nous croyons aussi pour défendre la démocratie, une certaine idée de la vérité, une certaine idée d'une recherche libre, du respect dans nos sociétés, une certaine idée de la liberté d'expression qui n'est pas le retour des discours de haine, au fond une certaine idée de l'humanisme. C'est cela ce que nous portons et qui se joue. Notre Europe possède la force économique, la puissance et les talents pour être à la hauteur de cette époque. Et que nous nous comparions aux États-Unis d'Amérique et a fortiori à la Russie, nous en avons les moyens. Nous devons donc agir en étant unis en Européens et déterminés à nous protéger. C'est pourquoi la patrie a besoin de vous, de votre engagement. Les décisions politiques, les équipements militaires, les budgets sont une chose, mais ils ne remplaceront jamais la force d'âme d'une nation. Notre génération ne touchera plus les dividendes de la paix. Il ne tient qu'à nous que nos enfants récoltent demain les dividendes de nos engagements. Alors nous ferons face ensemble. Vive la République, vive la France.
So that was Macron's speech to the nation of France, obviously. Basically saying everything that should have been said. Let's hope actions follow words. In response, oh, we're not there yet. French Senator Claude describes the situation with Trump administration turning against Ukraine and the free world. I don't want to listen to more French, but...
Monsieur le Président, Monsieur le Premier ministre, Messieurs les ministres, Madame...
If you want to watch that, it's on the Telegram channel. I just can't do it. What? She's giving me a look like I just, took her cookie away. Let's see if you like some video from the 425th. Oh, that got her relaxed.
Зачищаємо казарапів на шахті в Піщаному. Пілоти працюють вдень і вночі, розвідка вистежує, FPV залітають, бомби розкидають. Але останнє слово за штурмовиками. Ось тут двоє людей виповзли із шахти, подихати свіжим повітрям. Щоб не розслаблялися, наше FPV вже тут. Після влучання штурмовик отримує команду, що можна працювати. Виходить і мінусує обох.
I'm not taking your bone. You can have it. Oh, you silly. The actions of the U.S. president are a wake-up call for us to unite and create our own center of gravity, said Turkish foreign minister. Turkey wants to be part of any new European security architecture if NATO collapses. You dropped your bone. You want to go get your bone? Or you want to stay here taking up my arms? Somebody's feeling neglected. Anyway, 42nd Brigade in Toretsk, giving us a show of some of the work they're doing in Toretsk. Here's their video. I almost got it. So there is the video from units in the 46th or 42nd Brigade working in Toretsk. You know them, you love them. Here is Madhyar's latest video.
Куди побіг? Сегінь хрупачий шпотається у мішки з терчащими кутяпками. Цікаво, що у тих 8 пакунках? Куть-куруть бозмолос. А тут тіпок заникався. Аж не видно його, але пілота не наєбеш. Тепер увага. Бруском по дрону ми ще не ловили. Пам'ятаєте, були і каски, і автомати, навіть протитанкові міни летіли у FPV. Спробу до колекції. А тепер черга товаришика. Цей просто лісом помилився з Сомари. А цей люто небезпечний. Тра-та-та впритул. Ну та й йо. Бажаю здоров'я. По дрону у кожну пробачу макітру. Проект Йодей Птахів Мадяра. Зведення за 48 годин 4-5 березня. Щоденними штурмами на Донбасі на будь-якому відтинку нікого не здивуєш. Зупинити їх на підступах задача для пілотів та арти. Так було цього разу. 3 танчика були зупинені, а пізніше спалені. Повні штурмовиків грибли. Норм покоштовували. Та-да, то було файно. Акцент 48 годин, що минули. Поповнення піхоти у хробаків. Ми такое любимо. Результат відразу відповідний. Готові? 93 йоблика за 48 годин, мазафака. Усі верифіковані та підтверджені. То рівненько одна повна рота. Але за 48 годин. Але рота. І так треба вийти на щоденний показник. Баги, шмаги, усе пересувне цуря, на котрому хробаки рухаються, швидко і горіло. Вони криші, до речі, зрізають зараз на всьому транспорті, і стрільці їздять стоячи, відстрілюючись від дронів. Такий собі кінетичний рух. По укриттям багато никається. Жалимо, але порахувати не можемо. Нет тіла, нет діла. Але й укриття більше нет. Інколи частково, інколи повністю нет. Зараз прикол буде. О, цей за тазиком ховався. Ну-ну. Бенц, а тепер зовні Томаш. Ото тазик допоміг. Бліндажик з дверями бронь, але відкриті. От такі ураження ми фіксуємо як ураження укриття. Незалежно, що є фільмування, як туди заскокує хробачня. Не видно тушки, вважай, випарувався у тучку. Тепер статистика. Протягом 4-5 березня пілотами 414 окремої бригади птахів Мадяра здійснено 1341 бойовий виліт різними типами засобів. Нанесено 408 уражень дронами FPV. 265 незабутніх привітів зловили хробаки вночі. Якраз зараз спостерігаєте. Від нічних докторів-бомберів. Весільні дрони налітали 661 рейс у каруселях. Розвідкрила, знайшли 54 цілі, але вітер заважав, о, там складик був з БК, довгенько гепнув. Заважав вітер виконанню. Проведено також 56 сесій дистанційного мінування. Результатом тих двіжук за 48 годин пілотами птахів Мадяра уражено та знищено 282 унікальні ворожі цілі. Основа – 54 одиниці техніки та засобів та 93 одиниці хробаків-йобликів, про що я вже вам казав вище. Окреме роз'яснення. Ой, то смачно нічні доктори працювали, то буде що у просвітницькому проєкті показати. Окреме роз'яснення. Просвітницький проєкт 13 йобликів нікуди не дівся. Зробили 30 серій, тепер пауза трохи, адже тупо нема часу. Матеріалу дуже багато, а аналітиків хрен до підрозділу, блядь, напросишся. Та що казати, усі ревуть від долбойобів з ТЦК, а я не можу бригаду будівельників набрати в армії, хоча їх праця дуже потрібна і важлива. Усі авать на Чехах, авать на стройках Ужгорода та Львову під дахами недоторканих чертів кончених. Купола працювали, Херсон і Покровськ. Покровськ 18 виявлених, 14 знищених, вітер заважав, пробачня літало мало. Херсон, овер до хрена дронів, 58 виявлено, 28 знищено. Сумарно 76 дронів FPV ворожих виявлено, 42 з котрих знищено. Така собі статистика. Але працює вам тихої та спокійної, очі та жало, робочий жах. Честь.
So there is the video from AAR for today. And LJ wants me to show you the picture of her dog. So here you go. Na 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 na. Bat dog, bat dog. And the final video from tonight is from K2. It's a short one, but it is a good one. Russian shelters storm the village. Complex work of drones and infantry in the Sidervisk direction. Here is the video from K2. Well, that is unfortunately the last video I have tonight, but not the last of the updates, apparently. A very productive day in Brussels for Ukraine and all of Europe. A meeting with the European Council at the leaders' level, I presented a vision that rapid progress towards peace is possible. Together with our partners, we understand what steps can stop the war, guarantee security, ensure a dignified and lasting peace. We are preparing relevant practical proposals, said the President of Ukraine, Zelensky. We managed to discuss many details. I am grateful for the support of all leaders. First of all, silence in the sky, stopping missile strikes. Long-range drones and bombs on energy and other civilian infrastructure can be established and fully controlled. The same applies to silence at the sea, meaning a cessation of all combat operations in the Black Sea to ensure calm and safe navigation. We see these priority steps as a prologue to a broader and comprehensive settlement. The war must be stopped as soon as possible, and Ukraine is ready to work 24/7 with partners in America and Europe for that peace. Next Monday, I am scheduled to visit Saudi Arabia to meet with the Crown Prince. After that, my team will stay in Saudi Arabia to work with American partners. Ukraine is most interested in peace. As we told Trump, Ukraine works and will continue to work exclusively, constructively for a quick and reliable peace. You know, this is said publicly, but I'm sure Stupid cold. And just the end of it hanging on. What I was saying was, Zelensky said this publicly, but I'm sure Trump will claim it as a personal letter sent to him from Zelensky. Couple more updates from operational ZCU. Russians have inflicted a massive blow on energy and gas infrastructure in various regions of Ukraine. Where possible, energy workers are already working to eliminate the consequences. They already have the losses for today. The enemy struck a civilian infrastructure facility in Kyiv district of Kharkiv. Total of 4 people are known to have been injured. Search and rescue operations are ongoing. A fire broke out at the scene of impact. A nearby apartment building was also damaged. All residents are being evacuated. And of course, no missiles currently in the air. We probably won't see a video of the damage until the morning in Ukraine. Well, it is morning. Sorry. 7:12 a.m. in Ukraine at the moment. Switch over to my Ukrainian account. Sorry. The phlegm is starting to break up and it's all... Yeah. Klemensky... UAVs in Ternopil. UAVs in Venetia. Looks like the last rocket update was 45 minutes ago. In Kharkiv. Reports of explosions in Kharkiv. Ternopil. Explosions reported. See what Monitor has to say. Rocket attack from this morning. It is the 7th in Ukraine right now. The Russians used Kinzhal 101 cruise missiles launched by a Tu-95 aircraft from the Caspian Sea. Cruise missiles of the Caliber version launched by the fleet from Anapa raid. Ballistic missiles, Iskanders, aviation cruise missiles, Shahed UAVs and other types. The attack was aimed at the energy production facilities in some areas of Ternopil, Ivano-Frankish, Odessa, and Poltava regions were hit. Details on the consequences from local administrations. The missile attack took place in 2 stages. First stage was almost 4 hours long. The second stage was 1 hour, 3 minutes. The UAV attack is still ongoing. And this was 7 minutes ago. Mykolaiv. Kherson. And Odessa. brand new alarms going off in those cities. No, I'm not out of horseradish, but yeah, you won't see damage reports yet, simply because they don't want to let the Russians know what they did or did not hit. But as you can see, Kherson, Mykolaiv, and Odessa are now clear of alerts. Hopefully, we will see more regions clear in the next few minutes. Dang. Sorry, I'm literally like clearing stuff out of my throat. Hopefully that means this cold is finally done and over with, and I won't have to worry about it again. For now, I got about 12 more minutes to kill before I have to go and start dinner. So let's say 250 to, let's change that to a 250 to $1,000. So there is 226 houses available in Ukraine for under $1,000. We already looked at that one for 500. This is just a modular house without any land. Not expensive house, no bargaining. Yeah, you can see the add-on is already separating from the house. So you can already see the type of repairs that are needed. You know, new windows. Yeah, so that's what oh, that's quite a color. But again, just under $1,000 US. Small property near Odessa, Kodminsky district, the village of Labuzhno. Go to the map, see where that is. Control and zoom. So up north, very close to the Venetia border. So if you want a very purple or blue, I don't know, is that purple or blue? But this is actually a rare find. You know, a decent looking house. It doesn't, like, the roof doesn't look bad. Obviously the paint and with the paint and everything else, it was well cared for. Even the fence is in decent shape. these are the houses I used to be able to find like all the time, but I'd find them for like $500 or $600. This is already double the price. I'm sure there's still some things that need to be repaired, like this gate would have to be repaired, the fence fixed up a little bit. You know, you don't want kids being able to escape the yard just for parents' sakes. We already looked at that one. There you go, about 750. So that's the only picture. There is water in the yard. There's a pool for water. Toilets in the yard. House has furniture and a TV. Stove heating and a new built-in stove, I'm guessing. 2 rooms in the house, very warm. In Mykolaiv. So, you know, probably about an hour from Kivri. 45 minutes to Mykolaiv. And about an hour to Odessa. You're about 4 or 5 hours from Kiev at this location. But with only the one photo, like I could tell that the roof needs to be repaired, but is that on the barn or the house? But again, you're looking 750, like the high end of what I used to be able to find. Here, let's change this from cheapest. Here we go. 1,000 hryvnia. I'm guessing that's only the one picture. I'm an idiot. I just closed the whole thing. History. That would be an interesting one to do, to look into. Let's see, get this back to normal. So about 3/4 of a U.S. acre. Insulation on the outside of the walls. Slate roof. Needs work. No furnishings, no appliances, just the stove. Has high-speed internet. Well for water and electricity. Rivers 1 kilometer away. No. Venetia, Kaminsky, right there. So you're about 2 hours from Kiev, an hour from Zhytomyr or Kaminsky, and about an hour and a half from Venetia. I just wish there was more pictures. Yeah, a rental. So this one's not a bad one. Only about $100. Yeah, obviously needs repair. Let me go back to Ukrainian just to make sure. Okay, so that's not right. That's he wants $3,500, not hryvnia for this place. Now this is more of what I've been finding is in this range. It still needs repairs. You know, you see some of the wall issues right here. You know, you see mold on the outside of the building, trees growing up right next to it, so there might be some structural issues. So where this would have been, you know, a $400 or $500 house before, people are now asking $3,500 for it. Yeah, here. These are people misentering it because they want 90,000 hryvnia, which is $3,715, but it's showing it in hryvnia. So I'm wondering how many of these are. Well, here you go. You get the foundation for $100. House and solar station. This could be interesting. No, one heck of a solar station on it. 40 kilometers from Klemensky, 80 from the river, 2-story house. The basement has a boiler room, garage with a pit, storage rooms with racks. On the second floor, there are 4 rooms, a bathroom and corridor. Yeah, judging by this is supposed to be $10,000, not hryvnia. Rent of half a house for $125. That seems off. There you go, Kremachuk. And I'm guessing, yeah, 8,000 US, not 8,000 hryvnia. Kivri. Well, a little shack. A little shack to live in and some grapevines. Again, this would be like what normal would be like the summer kitchen with other places. Oh, we looked at this one already. Come on, load the pictures. So again, a little shack with a garden, a 7 square meter house and over $300. Here you go. This one has promise. About 450. Nice overgrown yard. Yeah, look at all the repairs it needs. All the cleanup it needs. Trusses look like they're in good shape. Just needs, let's see where this is at. No, not too far from Dnipro. In Kamyansky, Kremachuk, right there. Nice 4 or 5 hour drive to Kiev. But right next to Dnipro. This would be something I would normally consider for my project. Yeah, this is it'd be about $500 to buy it, but it would cost probably about $1,500 to $2,000 to clean up and fix some of this stuff. Yeah, there's something weird going on with that roof. Again, just clean up and fix the face, the outside stucco. Yeah, house is dilapidated to sit. That's this is something I would normally consider, but the repairs are just going to. It's going to be 3 or 4 times what the house costs. Whereas before I was getting better houses. I hate to say it, but let's skip ahead and go. Let me just redo this. Go from the cheapest to the most expensive first. Well, right at $1,000 in Nikopol. I wouldn't even consider that because of the town. That's right along the Dnipro Reservoir across from the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. Not bad shape. Doesn't look like it needs repairs at all. So this would be something I could consider. Small house though. Small yard. Yeah, 5 by 4 meters. It's only a 20 square meter home, and it looks like it's just like a summer kitchen more than a home. Bed right here, the refrigerator's right there, TV right there. So this would be good for like an elderly person that's no kids or anything, just for their own. But for a family, that would not work. And of course, being in Nikopol, 12 square meter house. No, 6 square meter house. Obviously not. Kivri. Uh, 40 square meters for the house. Yeah, this is but again, you're looking at double the price of what this should 2 years ago. This should have been like a $500-600 house. Now it's $1,000. You know, it just puts some of the stuff out of reach for what I was trying to do. This is Vasivka. Yeah, too much work. Yeah, this might be interesting. So, $1,000. Yeah, 4-room house and a large basement, not far from the river, in Donetsk region. So here in Slavansk, right near, right near, Chasiv Yar and Servisk, and Lehman is up here. Yeah, Izium, Lehman should be right in here, but it's not listing. Oh, duh, right there. No, I mean literally right next to the war. That wouldn't be good for somebody trying that's already been displaced. It is what it is. It's 1138. THX 1138. So you see the difficulties I'm running into now. It's just the selection is much, much smaller. Repairs are much, much higher. So if you can and you would like to, please go to my channel, community posts, and like I said, if you want something from here and want to help out, I think Brandon said it best. I'm just trying to do the best I can and hopefully get some help along the way. Thank you for everybody for coming to the stream. Thank you for supporting Ukraine. Have a good night. Stay safe, everybody.